Vanakkam friends, very interesting topic today. Powering of plant life from bloom to seed. It's nothing but the role of nutrients and hormones with reference to reproduction, that is plant life cycle. In the previous video, we have seen about these nutrient and hormones role in plant growth and development. And this video is with special reference to reproduction and reproductive biology. And these are all the topics in which I'm going to deal. And the role of nutrients and plant growth, promoting hormones and other elements at a glance, and the key plant hormones and their functions, and the inventors of these plant hormones, the key nutrients in reproduction, flowering and seed development, seed dormancy and germination, with a special reference to hormonal regulation, and the summary table. There are two summary table: the nutrient and hormones by function, and the function wise summary of discoverers. These are all the 6 topics in which I'm going to present this video. The first one is the role of nutrients, hormones, and elements in plant reproduction, flowering, seed development, dormancy, and germination. And we can see these things at a glance, maybe the abstract. And with reference to reproduction, the key nutrients are phosphorus, boron, calcium, and regarding growth regulators, auxins, gibberellins, and cytokinins plays a major role in reproduction. And other elements like zinc, it involves in pollen formation. Magnesium, it involves in energy for production of energy for reproductive process. With reference to the flowering, and there are 3 nutrients: phosphorus, potassium, and boron. It plays a role in promoting growth or pollen production, whatever it may be. And regarding the hormones, gibberellins, it involves in it promotes the flowering in some plants. Florigen, that is also another hormone, and cytokinins. And the other elements that also includes temperature and light, that is the photo period. This also influences the flowering. And the pollination and fertilization, and calcium, it promotes pollen tube growth. Boron, it induces the pollen germination during the fertilization process. After pollination, these two are involved in the fertilization process. And growth hormones like auxin, it enhances the fertilization in some plants. The carbohydrates, it gives energy for pollen tube growth. And fruit and seed development, and what are all the nutrients that are involved in the development of fruit and seed? Mostly all major nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and also the micronutrient zinc. And growth regulators like the auxins, it promotes fruit growth, and gibberellin, it involves in the seed development, and cytokinin, it directly involves in the cell division and then finally cell elongation. Ethylene, and that is for used for fruit ripening. And the calcium, it is very important for the firmness of the fruit. And with respect to seed dormancy, and very minimal nutrient activities are noticed during the seed dormancy, as they are involved in the slowing down of metabolism. But the hormone ABA that induces dormancy, that involves in the induction of dormancy process, and other elements like the seed coat structure, hard seed coat, and low water content, and the environmental signals like light and other things are involved in the seed dormancy. And now we will see some of the plant hormones and their functions in the reproduction, and who has invented these hormones are being detailed in this table. And first one is auxin. It involves in the fruit development and also apical dominance and promotes root growth. Okay, and the Charles and Francis Darwin, and they both are UK scientists, and they discovered the auxins in 1880, followed by Wendt in 1928, and he is a Netherlands person. And the next hormone is gibberellins, mostly involved in the flowering of long day plants, at it used for breaking seed dormancy, and it promotes the seed germination. And as soon as imbibition is over, the first hormone, the first the reaction is production of synthesis of biosynthesis of gibberellic acid. It triggers the enzyme production, and this was discovered by Kurosawa in 1926, and Japan. As I told in the previous slide, it was isolated from what is the Gibberella fujikuriae. And the third hormone is cytokinin. It promotes cell division and also embryo growth and seedling growth. Discovered by Skook and Miller 1955 in USA. The abscisic acid, it induces dormancy, inhibits germination process, and it is normally used for closing of tomato under stress conditions. And this was invented by Dicot and Waring. Dicot is from USA and Waring from UK in 1960s. Ethylene, it promotes fruit ripening, also induces flowering in some plants, and it involves in the senescence of the plant or the fruit. And this was discovered by Neljubov in 1901. He is a Russian scientist. And next we pass on to the key nutrients that are playing an important role in reproduction, flowering, and seed development. The nitrogen, it used in the biosynthesis or synthesis of protein enzyme in seeds, and this was discovered by Jean Baptiste Boussingault. He is a Frenchman in 1830s. Phosphorus, the next nutrient, it involves in the production of energy, ATPA synthesis, and it promotes flowering and also seed development. And this was discovered by Justus von Liebig in mid 1800s. He is a German scientist. Potassium K, it enhances flowering, fruit quality, and water regulation. And it was invented by Justus von Liebig in mid 1800s from Germany. And calcium, it plays an important role in cell division and pollen tube growth. And Salm Horstmar in 1840 from Germany, he has discovered this calcium. Magnesium, it promotes the ATP production for reproductive growth. Discovered by Carl Grape in 1860s, is also from Germany. Boron, the pollen viability, it increases the pollen viability or durability and involves in fertilization and seed and fruit setting, and discovered by Warrington 1923 UK. Zinc, auxin synthesis, it involved in auxin synthesis and also pollen formation, and this was invented by Sommer and Lippmann in 1926 from US. Iron, it is used in chlorophyll synthesis and also energy transfer, by invented by Gris 1844 from France. And the fourth table is see dormancy and germination, how the hormones are being regulating the induction of dormancy or breaking of dormancy and promotes germination. And dormancy induction, this is by abscisic acid ABA. It prevents premature germination like in the groundnut and also the jack and other things. And it maintains dormancy, that induces dormancy and maintain the dormancy. And the gibberellins are normally used in breaking dormancy mechanism in the seeds. It activates all enzymes and it breaks seed coat and mobilizes all reserves from seed to or embryo to developing the seedling. And the GA and the cytokinin, again it involved in the germination process. It stimulates radical emergence, which one? The cytokinin, as well as cell growth and the enzyme activity. Now, especially GA, it triggers all enzyme productions during the germination process immediately after imbibition. And let us see the summary table with respect to nutrients and hormones by function. And in reproduction, phosphorus, calcium, boron, and zinc, these four nutrients play a major role. And with respect to hormones, auxin, GA, and cytokine. Regarding flowering, P, K, and B, potassium, phosphorus, and boron are involved in the flowering process, and GA and cytokinin and another hormone florigents which promotes the flowering. And with respect to fruit and seed development, N, P, K, and zinc, these four nutrients have a paramount role in the fruit and seed developments. With respect to hormones, auxin, GA, ethylene, seed dormancy, only the abscisic acid, germination, both gibberellins and cytokinins are involved in the germination process. And the final one is function-wise summary of discoverers. Reproduction, key nutrients, hormones, as I told earlier. And Darwin, he has discovered auxin. Wendt, Kurosawa, GA, Warrington, boron, Hartsmer, calcium. This table is to summarize what I have taught in the previous slides. Flowering, the three nutrients like P, K, only two nutrients P and K, and this GA and cytokinin, and the GA was discovered by Gurusav, and the cytokinin by Skook as well as Liebeck with respect to P and K. Okay, and seed development, NPK, zinc, and auxin, and N was discovered by Boussingault, and P and K Liebeck, Sommer zinc, Darwin invent auxin. ABA, and this was invented by Adicott and Waring. Germinations, GA and cytokine, Kurosawa and Skook. And Skook discovered the cytokine. That's all in this presentation. Thank you very much for your patient hearing, and kindly visit my slide share and try to download all the uploaded the material in the slide set. Thanks a lot, friend.